Hello, PAC members. Okay, for those of you who were not able to make it here in person and I had to call some people on the phone and things of that nature, I want to show you a couple of things that we did differently with the lab. If you see this, this is the classroom 122. This is the back of the room, and I'm just showing you how we have rearranged the classroom, changed the tables to where this is more conducive to learning. The teachers have given us positive feedback on it, and the students have as well. So from the front of the room, this is what it looks like. And this gives us an opportunity to interact with the students more and for each student to be able to see the instructor. It also makes it easier for you to get to the actual lab areas, which we have set this up, of course, against the wall. And then we've kind of made a section for hematology. So this is some of our hematology supplies, and of course the scopes. And then microbiology, of course, we normally do that here. And then we've separated the refrigerators, and this is our blood bank refrigerator on top and some chemistry stuff on the bottom. Phlebotomy has its own section. We reserve this area so that we can teach phlebotomy with the arm before they actually do the phlebotomy on each other. In the back, we have blood bank, and we now have our incubator, yay, which we now have a contract with Emicor, so we are getting blood bank reagents, which is awesome. So we don't have expired reagents. So that's the part of the lab that I showed as a viewing. The other thing that I wanted you guys to see were the books. So I mentioned in the agenda that we wanted to make some changes to our books. For the Intro to Clinical Chemistry, we currently use this book, Basic Clinical Lab Techniques, and this book, Essentials of Medical Laboratory Practice. Now, this book, all of the teachers agree that this is an excellent book when it comes to the lab, because in the lab section, there's step-by-step instructions on how to perform each test. And then there's an assessment that we can use as instructors to determine if the student actually did the procedure correctly. And so we go through, we show them how to do things, we practice doing things, and then they actually have to do it. And then we sign them off as competent after they've demonstrated that they could do it. Now, we have the second book, which Essentials of Medical Laboratory Practice. Most of us agree that this book is pretty much for medical assistants, and it has a lot of stuff that is repeated in the first book. So what we are proposing is to get rid of this book and replace it with this book, Clinical Laboratory Science, by one of my favorite authors. I love her books. They are so detailed, so specific to laboratory. And of course, this is the latest edition that we just received. And this has all the procedures, all the departments, fundamentals of clinical laboratory. It's just a better book for our students. And so far, most of you have agreed that we should get this book. And what we would do is have this book for teaching the theory. And then we would have this book to focus on the actual lab practice, because it goes through everything. Micro has a section, parasitology has a section, coag has a section. And so we think that would be a good idea. So I want to know who all thinks this is a good idea, or if you have a different book out there that you would like us to look into. Now, the next book, Foundations of Anatomy, is the class. The book is Structure and Function of the Body. With this change, we have moved to a book that right away when you open it up, you see things, ions in the human body, sodium chloride. I mean, this book is so much better for our students than what we had before. 6 months of anatomy, talking about the bones in the hand, which is not as important for them to have the details. We need the overview of the bones, not the individual, everything related to the bones. So this one is going well. This class is being taught this term for the first time. The instructor is the same instructor who used to teach anatomy, and she still teaches anatomy for nursing, and she has given me great feedback that she really thinks that this is better for my students, and I think it is as well. They really get to go into details about what we need to know, how the different tests that we do relate to the different parts of the body. So it's a really good book, so I wanted to be able to share this book with you guys. And then the third book that I wanted you to see was the BOC Study Guide. We have gotten a new addition to the BOC study guide, and this BOC study guide, the students are loving it. Here it is. It's broken down with the answer keys. The old book was not like this. The old book was not sectioned like this as well. It's just clear the way it's broken down. You see that? Serology and molecular testing and blood bank. You see, it's just broken down so much better to prepare the students. I do like how it has the section for MLS versus MLT. The previous book had that as well. I just think this edition is just far better, a far better book. So I wanted to share those books with you so that you can know what we're using from that standpoint. Let me know your thoughts on the books, and I truly appreciate the feedback that you guys have been giving me this last year and a half, and I definitely appreciate the support. All right, so thank you. Bye.